I know you were expecting someone to be here as a guest, but they unfortunately had something that came up. So we brought in our own third string backup goalie. This is just the all effing wrestling show.
The all effing wrestling show.
Coming to you live from the FN Worldwide Media Studios, located in parts unknown. It's the All FN Wrestling Show with your host, Canada Drive and the JFD.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, and if I don't see you tonight, good evening, baby. How you doing? This is the All Effing Wrestling Show,
and we are going to talk about nothing until nothing's enough. Also, we're going to talk about all the effing wrestling.
That's true, yes. But before we get started, we had some tragedies beset between me and Canada Dry. We want to do a little tribute, so here we go. All right. So, Canada Dry, do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Well, I don't know what it is about that 10 bell salute. You could be totally fine emotionally, but as soon as that 10 bell salute hits, it just hits you right in the feels, man.
Right here.
I just I'm not completely over my friend's death. Still shocking. I have nothing to say about it. I just get emotional talking about it. So
yeah, I lost a friend as well. My friend committed suicide. Yesterday I found out he overdosed and posted his suicide note on Facebook. I've known him for a lot of years. I did a music video for him. He was in a punk band called El Escapado, and he couldn't afford health insurance to take care of his mental illness, and it someone who suffers from mental illness, someone who's thought about suicide as well. We as a country need to do better, and I'll steal a line from him in his post when he said that this isn't selfishness. This isn't being selfish. This is being hopeless. And I wish that I knew ahead of time. I only saw him 2 weeks ago. I was getting ready to shoot another music video for him and his band with their new record that was coming out, and I started getting messages from people on Facebook about his passing, and it made it for a very tough day working on a film set for me. But we figured that the best way to pay tribute to them is the way we pay tribute to the wrestlers when they pass, and that's the 10 bell salute. So,
and I really think the line that I came up with, "May God grant him a rematch in heaven." I think that's a good tagline that we're going to keep using.
Yeah, Yeah, they're definitely going to get rematches. And my friend Abe Maceris, I mean, he was not a wrestling fan like I am, but he loved wrestling, and that was a bond for us that we shared. So
My friend, just this last week, he knows that I've been working out and trying to get healthy, and he gave me 2 5-pound barbells to use at work, and it just kind of hits home a little bit more when I lift
Yeah.
those weights.
Yeah. So so that's a tribute for our fallen friends. Anytime that we experience a loss, or even the wrestling world experiences a loss, we have a way to pay tribute now, and that for us
And
is,
not just us on the podcast, but
yeah,
you in the community.
yeah,
If you are
Yep.
suffering loss, we want to pay tribute to them. So let us know,
Yeah.
and we'll put the 12-bell salute out there for you. So
yeah,
let us know.
absolutely. So I guess let's get into the shit. Let's get into the jocularity and the shenanigans that we are known for, and
Right on.
that is the All After Wrestling Show. I am, of course, your main squeeze, your head honcho. I am the Prime Minister Sinister. I'm the JFB, James from Boston.
And I am the patron saint of professional wrestling, blessing you every single Sunday. Touch your screen and receive your blessing today. I'm Canada Dry. Damn it.
So originally we were supposed to have Teal Piper, the daughter of the rowdy one, Roddy Piper. So as you can see, I'm wearing my Hot Rod shirt. Something came up at the very last second, and she kind of had to reschedule, which is cool. So we will have her on a future show, I promise you. But when the chips are down, when both your goalies are injured with groin pulls, you're getting ready to go into the playoffs, you go with the hot hand, you go with the third string goalie, and that's who we got.
go with
Backup
who?
goalie.
Damn well available. The backup goalie, Liam Wakeman.
He is always ready and available, ladies and gentlemen, none other than the magician Liam Wakeland. Liam, how you doing this fine morning?
I am very, very well. I think I've decided next time I'm coming on here, I'm bringing some goalkeeper gloves.
Yes. Well, every time we'll introduce you, we'll do the hockey horn or something.
Sounds good to me.
He might be up in the stands eating popcorn, eating nachos,
Yeah.
drinking a nice cold beer. But if we call him in,
Yeah.
he's just running down to the ice.
He's in the tunnel, he's strapping in, he's ready to go. So all right, so since we don't have Teal Piper on, we were kind of flummoxed. And we were like, well, what are we going to do? But some really huge news broke. So we said, you know what we're going to do? Fuck it. We're going to do an all news segment. And that's exactly what we are going to do.
Hit the news segment.
From the four corners of the globe to your backyard, this is FNN, FN News Network, starring Canada Drive and the JFB. Holy cow.
Good morning to you. I got a
Good
brand new
morning.
Let's see if it's Bat-tastic coffee today.
Fantastic. I, of course, am drinking from the greatest Commonwealth of all time. The only Commonwealth that matters, damn it. Boston. Well, hold on. I got to take my sip.
Take a sip before I tell you the fact of the day.
Oh, yeah. Give us the fact. Put us under the learning
Did
tree.
you know that if you boil some eggs, you can put them in a pickle jar with a little bit of pickle juice, and you're going to have some beautiful fridge pickled eggs.
Oh, I did not think of that.
Interesting.
Under the Learning Tree is brought to you by Canada Dry. Goes down smooth and even comes with 0 calories. Canada Dry. Get some today and put it in your mouth before you get punched in the yam bags. So let's talk about some quick stuff, and then we'll get into our main stuff. So Zoe Stark has come back to NXT. She's been gone. There's a crap ton in the past 2 days. George Penny, you're not kidding. when we say a crap ton, the Warrior Run. When we say crap ton, we are literally talking about a virtual buttload, if you will, a wad. So Zoe Stark is back, which I'm always skeptical on NXT 2.0. It's gotten a lot better than where it was earlier. I'm really digging some of the storylines. But seeing Zoe Stark come back was huge. That was a good return to get her into that. I like her. I've always been, Marvel Phase 5 was announced, but this is not
the
about
DC show, damn it.
Yeah, this is the AFW show. We talk about wrestling, not about the Avengers. Unless, of course, Roman Reigns or any of these guys are in it. Then, in which case, yes, we will talk about it. So, George Penning telling us the pop culture news. It's okay. It's okay. Well, maybe we'll squeeze it in.
DC-based show. We do not support Marvel.
Yes. Bryan Danielson was actually at Comic-Con. Speaking of Comic-Con, Bryan Danielson announced he's wrestling Wednesday. He is medically cleared. He's ready to go. Are we excited about Bryan Danielson? We thought it was going to be a lot worse than.
So there's rumors that All Out will be Chris Jericho and Bryan Danielson.
Ooh,
which could be why Jericho beat Kingston in the last match.
I gotta say, what do you think, Liam, about Bryan Danielson getting the AOK?
Oh, I love it, and I think the fact that he's facing somebody like Daniel Garcia this week, I think we're in for a treat of a match.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, here's the thing. There's talk too that All Out Punk might be back at All Out and wrestling Jon Moxley for the unification of the AEW belt. He didn't talk about it directly, but he was at Comic-Con. It looked like he was walking pretty well. Another side note, Brody King and Malachi Black bum rushed Darby Allin at Comic-Con during the panel and beat the hell out of him.
Again,
you gotta love that AEW is matriculating into pop culture and it is setting up Darby Allin as the proverbial babyface punching bag for the House of Black.
Were you surprised this week when Darby Allin lost to Brody King? I was.
I actually was surprised. I will say, you weren't surprised at all.
No, I mean, I think that the fact the House of Black is a really good faction, and I think they needed that big win. I mean, obviously Darby's still learning, and I think he's still a big draw though for the AEW.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. House of Black has the potential. Malachi Black should be in the. You know what, George? I'll tell you what. There's a chance we may do the top 10 best movies with wrestlers or wrestling. As the
Hulk bar, number one, baby. Woo!
Hulk Hogan might actually make it his number one. Wow. We should have him on the show specifically for that episode. But
any news on Hulk Hogan coming yet?
I hear it's going to be sooner than later. I'm hearing late August, early September, possibly. Our managers and our business managers are talking with his business managers. We had to go through Jimmy Hart. He's the gatekeeper to get into Hulk Hogan. And so, but yeah, I think it's going to come sooner than later. So, but Malachi Black is a champ. That guy is a purebred champion. He's been a champion everywhere he's been, except for the exception of the main roster on WWE. That's Easy Piper top 3. Yeah.
They Live is a hell of a movie. It's pop culture at its best. They
Live, and
even if you don't know who Roddy Piper is, that movie, Kick-Ass and Chew Bubblegum.
Kick-Ass and Chew Bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. So yeah, I mean that's really, I like Malachi Black. I think he should be a freaking world champion in AEW. I'm hoping it's coming sooner than later.
So what's with Sting getting the mist in the eyes? Are we going to see evil Sting?
Oh, I mean, is he going to revert back to Surfer Sting since he reverted from Surfer Sting to?
Imagine Surfer Sting at this age. Dude.
Cowabunga, dude.
For
Oh,
some
man.
reason, I'm thinking Joker Sting. I don't know why.
Oh, you know what? That would be pretty sick if we got Joker Sting.
Joker Sting would be pretty awesome because it was actually probably one of his better runs in his later career as Joker Sting in Impact. That would be pretty badass. I would love to
Was
see
he
that.
heel?
I think he was a tweener. I don't really remember him being a flat out heel. I think he was a heel with babyface tendencies. I think he was
only
a
had
tweener.
that small heel run in WCW.
Yeah.
Where it was very, very small.
Yeah, it was like a couple weeks and they kiboshed it. Kind of like Lacey Evans and her babyface run. It lasts a match and then it's done and over with. So let's talk about a little bit about WWE. So the word on the street is Johnny Ace, otherwise known as John Laurinaitis, brother of Road Warrior Animal, is supposedly out as the head of talent at WWE and sliding into the DMs to get that position. The word on the street is it is Triple H is going to be the new head of talent. So we all are fans of Bruce Pritchard, something to wrestle with. We love his Johnny Ace impersonation. Oh, you are vascular, and oh, your arms are so swole. We love that impersonation, but is this
Creatively,
surprise?
no. Creatively, no. No.
Are we surprised that Triple H is going to be the head of talent?
I like it. I like it. But check this out. We have a little bit of breaking news here.
Sabbath's reporting Jonathan Gresham has been seen cursing out Tony Khan and asked for his release. I mean, we'll get to that because I did a watch very early this morning and watched it, and we'll talk about Ring of Honor for sure because that is one of our main topics. Brianna's here. Woo! How you doing, girl?
Bree mode.
So I where do we think is Triple H going to be the spark that lights a fire for WWE in terms of talent?
I think this is just a stepping stone for Triple H, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He's gonna do more with the company. But this is just a stepping stone. And he's not staying there very long.
Yeah. What do you think, backup goalie?
I think we're going to see a lot of changes in WWE behind the scenes. Some we're going to know about, some we're not going to know about. But we saw what Triple H did with NXT.
Yeah.
I think now, I think good times are coming, to be honest.
Let me ask you guys this. Is there a chance they bring back Sasha Banks and Naomi because of this?
Ooh.
I think one of them, yes. The other one, no.
It's a possible bridge mending with Vince being gone.
I think, in all honesty, I agree with Liam. I think one's going to stay and one's going to leave. And I think Naomi is going to be the one that stays only because she's married to a WWE wrestler. She's married to an Uso. She has that history. She's been there well before Sasha got there. Problematic octopus. I don't get the joke.
What the hell is a problematic octopus, Dallas?
Yeah,
is this a video game?
Problematic octopus. I don't get it. Give us an explanation.
I got to level 3 on problematic octopus.
Yeah.
It's a puzzle game.
I found the secret door. It's literally under the 7th tentacle. I mean, I don't see Sasha coming back. I think that bridge has been not just burned, but I think it's been extremely blown up, like in the bridge on the River Kwai. It's gone. It's been completely annihilated. Cannon Drive, what do you think?
Oh, I really don't know about that one.
Okay. So let's get to some other news. A friend of the show, Natalia Markova. I'm going to let Canada Dry take this one because he speaks on it way more eloquently than I ever could about it. But
let's play the clip.
Yeah, let's play the clip.
Is it still on there?
Oh, it may have been taken down.
Okay, we don't have the clip anymore.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so the deal was, so I came up with the catchphrase for Natalia Markova. Um, Pretty much everyone knows this.
Yeah.
A badass with a great ass, and this was after a hog show where she beat was it Steels from Impact? What was her name?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
What's her name?
I think it was Steele something.
What's her first name? Do you know?
Oh, I have no idea. I can't remember.
Anyways, it doesn't matter. So I posted a clip of her hitting Steels with the belt, and I said, "Now this is a badass with a great ass." And Natalia retweeted me saying, "I love this name. I'm going to put it on a shirt."
Yeah.
And after that, whenever we tweeted Natalia and whatever she tweeted, it was just badass with a great ass.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks ago, we had Carmela's boyfriend, Corey Graves, say, "There's Carmela. She's a badass with a great ass." And, like everyone was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Everyone's tagging Natalia. Like, why? What's going on here? And so we kind of just thought, it was just a mistake. You didn't know. And then
Yeah.
Carmela shows up this last Monday saying it. And Twitter went wild on this. And so the next day she doubled down on it, posting a bikini shot with her less than fabulous ass. And
Yeah. A dime store ass, if you will.
Yes. And her everything under that is about Natalia.
Yeah.
And she did not respond at all.
So the JFB, being the good guy that he is, looked up got some suggestions for IP lawyers, so we can get this taken care of because, gimmicks stolen. I mean, they're stolen. Finishing moves are stolen. Gimmicks are stolen. It's not uncommon for that to happen, but just directly rip somebody off like that is just absolute bullshit. That is just pure and unadulterated bullcrap, as far as I'm concerned. Everything's frozen. Oh, there we go.
Liam, thoughts?
What's that? Sorry, I was miles away then. I've literally... Yeah, we're in this zone then.
Were you thinking about Natalia's ass? That's the question.
It's a great ass.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
you can bounce a quarter off that and get $1 back. That's how awesome that ass is.
When it comes to Carmela, I mean, this is not the first time she's obviously used somebody else's catchphrase. So is a few coming? Who knows?
Yeah. I smell a lawsuit in the wind.
Someone said it would be a good idea. It's Tasha Steeles. That's who it is.
Tasha Steeles. That's it.
It would be a good idea to bring in Natalia to Raw and have Carmela beat her.
Oh, that would be. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind seeing. Here's my problem.
It would be a win for Natalia.
Yeah,
because she's like getting the promotion time or whatever, right?
I just don't. I don't
know. I don't know if Natalia would do it at this point, though.
I don't think she would either. I mean, now that some of the big people are not in WWE anymore, there's a good chance that we could start seeing an influx of indie stars. But there's still some of the old regime that are head of creative, and I'm not going to name any names, but you don't put a T in his last name.
Kevin Dunn done? Is Kevin Dunn done?
No, he's still there. But the head of creative, you don't put a T in his last name. He's an old school guy. Don't get me wrong. I love Bruce, and I think he's got a great mind. It's just, I don't know.
That's her name, Chloe.
That's her name, Chloe. I don't know if they would utilize her very well. I feel like they give her like this foreign gimmick, and they just wouldn't know how to write for her. AEW to me, or Impact. Those are the two I would love to see Natalia in, and NWA, what she's in right now. And I mean, who's got a better women's roster?
She's white hot right now.
Oh, she's
with the Walmart thing and the name being stolen, the catchphrase being stolen.
Yep.
I could very well see the woman's title being put on her because she's red hot.
Yeah, because I'm not a big fan of the NWA Women's Champion right now. I think she's kind of like thumbs down. I don't like her, but I would love to see Natalia take that freaking belt and just go with it.
She's not exactly cleared to wrestle right now, so hopefully, hopefully she's okay soon.
Yeah, what is she hurt again?
Undisclosed injury.
Okay, undisclosed. All right. I'm going to go with it's not a brain injury. We're here to report first. We're breaking news. It is not a brain injury. She is facilities or faculties are intact. So SmackDown, who was surprised to see who was actually surprised to see Brock Lesnar, because the reports were that after the big news hit, Brock Lesnar essentially walked out of SmackDown, and then surprise, surprise, he wasn't even advertised. They took all the advertising, all the marketing down that was indicating he was going to be at SmackDown, took it completely off. He shows up last minute for his segment, and he makes a special appearance on SmackDown, which leads to the fact is that he is the main event for SummerSlam, which is next week, not this week. It is next freaking week, and he's supposed to be the main event, and he's walking out of SmackDown because of what happened with people.
Is that done on purpose? Is it just fake? And they're just
the reports coming out saying that he was yelling and screaming at Pritchard and several others in creative, saying, you know, he's gone, I'm gone, and left. And I mean, we know that Lesnar has a affinity for VKM for sure. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Liam, about Lesnar?
I mean, it's Brock Lesnar. I mean, how many times has he come back to WWE?
Yeah.
Money talks these days. I mean, yes, I was quite surprised that he obviously made an appearance, but who knows what happens after SummerSlam? Yeah,
I mean, and that's the thing. The rumor was that there were backup plans. So let's play fantasy booker right now. That was fake, if you ask me. I mean, it very well could be. I mean, you know, again, you have a lot of the old regime that love putting out, you know, kayfabe news to the dirt sheets to gain traction for their storylines. So let's play fantasy booker. Brock Lesnar decides to go AWOL. He says, screw this. I'm going back to Saskatchewan. I'm going to go ahead and grow onions and beets and rhubarb. And you guys can go to hell. I'm going to hang out with my wife, and you guys can stick it. Who do you put in against Roman Reigns with a week remaining before the go-home show, before you go to SummerSlam?
Wow.
Yeah.
To be quite honest, I can't even think of anybody, because Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar is the top two people.
Yeah.
I don't really know who to put under that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, put in Edge.
Oh.
A returning Edge.
Yeah, but Edge has got that program with the Judgment Day.
Well, you have them cost him the match.
Oh, see?
I got some booking skills here.
That's some smart thinking. That right there, y'all. That's some smart booking.
Screw you and your logic, Canada Dry.
Yeah, screw you and your logic.
Long and
you and your fucking logic. I want fantasy booking. I want like the most outrageous thing you can think of. You come up with the most logical thing that makes the most sense.
Look at this. What do you guys think of this?
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. My thought is that Reigns is in the ring, and they're doing a count. He stole my big E line. So Reigns is in the ring, and he's just standing there, and the referee is counting, and he gets to the 20 or the 10 count, and he calls the match, and it says it's a forfeit. And then out of the audience comes Austin Theory, belts Reigns in the back of the head with the case, cashes in, and then does his finishing move and pins Roman Reigns 1, 2, 3, and we have the second heist of the century.
I don't see that.
You're
one.
welcome.
I don't see that one. I for Theory to beat Reigns.
Well, I mean, Theory's biggest benefactor is no longer with the company, so there's a good chance we may not get that person to begin
It would
with.
be cool if Vince gone for him to fall flat for a bit and then climb back up.
It would not be a surprise, not in the least. So let's go to Ring of Honor. So Ring of Honor, resurrected from the dead, comes back to life like some kind of zombie, and comes out. Gunther just looks like it. Yeah, I mean, I would have no problem with Gunther taking the world championship. He'd have to drop the IC belt. I don't think we want to see. I don't think we want to see an IC world champ, IC Universal and World Heavyweight Champion with 3 belts. That's just insane. Yeah, Dallas, I know you do. I know you're high. I know you're high. You're high on Austin Theory, and that's okay.
He is high on Austin Theory's butt. That's what he is.
He likes that $1 million smile of his.
Yeah.
So, what was I talking about? Oh, Ring of Honor. Yeah. So Ring of Honor had their big pay-per-view. And what's so great about it was it's the biggest buy rate that Ring of Honor has had in years. They had a huge people in attendance that they haven't had in years. So I'm not going to go through all the matches. I'm going to hit the big highlights. The first one, Samoa Joe retains against Jay Lethal for the Ring of Honor TV belt, which is funny to have a TV belt when you don't actually have a TV show. But that's going to change. That's going to change in the long run, I promise.
I didn't like this match. I liked the match. I didn't like the outcome. I would have liked to have Jay Lethal win it. I think it would have been better.
I don't get me wrong. I like Jay Lethal, but I love Samoa Joe. I love Samoa Joe. So when he put him in the rear naked choke and tapped his ass out, that was freaking beautiful. It was absolutely gorgeous.
I hope that somewhere along the lines, I don't know if this feud is over now, but I hope somewhere along the lines that Jay Lethal gets the belt.
Yeah. I think he will. I think Samoa Joe doesn't have much more gas in the tank. I think he's going to go. Did you watch the pay-per-view, Liam?
I did. I was a bit surprised. I wanted Jay Lethal to win as well because of the connections and stuff. But as you mentioned there as well, I'm a huge Samoa Joe fan. I mean, the guy, as you met, he's not got long left, but I think Jay will win it later down the line, but we shall see.
Yeah. So
not too many people have kicked out of the lethal injection.
Not many. One of them. You can count on your hand how many people have kicked out of the lethal injection. The women's Ring of Honor, Mercedes Martinez versus Serena Deeb. I call this highway robbery numero 2. Mercedes retains. She beats Serena Deeb. It was highway robbery.
So upsetting to me.
Yeah.
They're always booking Deeb in these high spots, and then she loses. Yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah. Utter bullshit. Utter bullshit.
Utter. So cow bullshit.
Utter bullshit. Yeah, utter. Here's the thing. I nothing against Mercedes Martinez. She can wrestle. She can go, and she is amazing. But no one on the face of the earth, no one in the known galaxies that the James Webb telescope has recently introduced us to, no alien species can compare or wrestle as good as Serena Deeb. She is better than 85% of most of the pro wrestler men that are wrestling today, indies and otherwise. She will put these people to shame. And the fact that they keep fucking up her booking makes me want to be violent. It makes me choose violence. I don't like violence, but it makes me want to choose it. It makes me want to punch the TV. Damn it.
What do we got next? What do we got next?
Who won the tag belts? That's the only one I didn't watch.
That's
It was
the main
FTR,
event.
right?
FTR won that.
Yeah, they
That
retained.
match was incredible. The finish was incredible. The DDT, the pile driver from the top ropes.
Yeah, I saw
I've never
that.
seen that before in my entire
I saw
life.
that. I saw that. It looked really good. I guess Dax was not happy that the Ring of Honor referee was the Ring of Honor doctor was checking on him when he got injured. He posted something that he was actually pissed. I don't know if it was kayfabe pissed or if it was, I don't know if it was a work piss or a shoot piss, but he was pissed. What did you think of it, Liam?
This match for me was absolutely unbelievable. I mean, there's two people who work really well together, but I think FTR and the Briscoes, this is what the second match they've had, and they've literally just killed it both times.
Yeah, I want them to wrestle forever.
Yeah, you got to watch this, JFB. This you're in for a treat.
I bought the replay, and for some reason I skipped through it, and or I fell asleep. I probably fell asleep. I'm working on 4 hours of sleep here, guys.
You've been working your ass off this week.
I'm on a full set.
Gotten this much smaller, so literally working it off.
I am working myself to a nub. So the 6-man tag belts switched hands. Dalton Castle and the boys have won the Ring of Honor 6-man. I listen, I love Dalton Castle. I love him. He reminds me of Adrian Adonis. He reminds me of Gorgeous George. He reminds me, he's got such a presence.
Got that gold dust sort of feel.
Exactly. Yeah.
I didn't know who he was before Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor, but I'm really digging Dalton Castle. He's got that it factor.
He totally does.
I could see him being a big star.
Yeah. What did you think, Liam?
So the match itself, I've got to be honest, I wasn't really a big fan of it.
Yeah.
But I think Dalton winning, I do expect big things from obviously Dalton and the boys. I really wasn't familiar with him, but no, I think interesting where he goes with Dalton.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Dalton Castle loves to be injured. That guy runs an injury every year, whether it's a shoulder, elbow, knee. That guy cannot go a full year without being hurt. And it makes him suffer.
Comment by George.
How about instead of AEW Trios belts, we just make the Ring of Honor ones able to be cycled through AEW and Ring of Honor? I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, Tony Khan owns the belts now, so he might.
We're gonna have 2 sets of this now.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Who knows what Tony Khan, depending on the day and his condition that he wakes up in after a huge cocaine high, who knows when he's gonna,
I'm gonna have 10-man tag belts.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, we're gonna do a 12-man tag team belts. 12, I tell you, 12, damn it.
This explains the All Atlantic title name. Wait, what did I say?
God, I'm telling you, cocaine, it's one hell of a drug. Wheeler Yuta, he's climbing up on my list of guys that I'm really digging watching. He retains the Pure Championship against Daniel Garcia. And I got to say, obviously with Jericho Appreciation Society going to, going towards being sports entertainers and Daniel Garcia being a flat out shoot wrestler, this guy is an amazing wrestler. It made sense that he wouldn't win the Pure title only because he's not really a wrestler. He is a sports entertainer. So what do you think, Liam, about that match?
So this was the first time I've actually seen a Pure Rules match. Obviously, I'm still learning with the Ring of Honor stuff, but super entertaining. Yeah, I would have liked Garcia to win it, but I mean, Yuta, the guy's on fire at a minute.
Yeah, you keep the belt on the heat. What did you think, Canada?
This is the first time. Sorry, I just had a brain fart. What's his name? The guy who fought Wheeler Yuta?
Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia.
Yeah.
So I just had a brain fart. Daniel Garcia, first time really stepping out of Chris Jericho's shadow and getting on the mic and just being his own character. And I really, really enjoyed it. I'd like to see more Daniel Garcia, and he's a hell of a wrestler. That match was entertaining. I just became a huge Daniel Garcia fan.
Absolutely. He is a freaking machine. And nothing against Yuta, but yeah, don't forget husband number 3's name. This Dallas
I
is
will
going
not
to hear.
forget your husband number 3's name again. I'm sorry. I apologize to you, Dallas, right now.
So now we're going to talk about highway robbery numero uno from this pay-per-view. So there is a new Ring of Honor champion. Jonathan Gresham did lose to Claudio. I'm not going to say the last name because it's got way too many vowels in it.
I hope they just go with Claudio and just call him that from now on.
So Claudio did defeat Jonathan Gresham. The rumor is that Gresham was not very happy about it, was cursing out Tony Khan and threatened to leave. He wanted to be released. We'll go with Liam. What did you think of the match? What do you think about this hubbub?
So we spoke about this on AFW backstage yesterday. We were like, oh, is it going to hurt more if they lost? And both Summer said Gresham, Summer said Claudio. I can see why Gresham's obviously frustrated because he's took it to Impact, he's took it to New Japan, he's took it all the way around the world. So I can understand that frustration a little bit.
Yeah. What did you think, Canada Dry?
Well, why is he? Obviously, he knew he was losing it. So was he pissed coming to the ring, pissed through the whole match, and just the anger boiled over afterwards, or what?
I mean, they could have called it in the ring. Tony Khan could have easily said, "You know what? Screw it. Let's take the belt off Gresham," and had the ref call it to Cesaro, because Cesaro generally looked shocked that he won.
Brie is a stats person. She writes out the stats of every single wrestler, every prediction. Like,
this is why we like Brie. This is the reason why we love you, Brie, is because you speak the JFK's, the JFB's language, which is numbers, stats, yo.
Whoa! Look at this comment by Dallas. Some sassiness.
Yeah. Here's my problem. And when Claudio won, he looked generally shocked. I think he didn't realize that they were going to put the belt on him. I think it was him and Hod. I don't think that Tony told them to finish. I think he wanted to keep it a surprise.
It was also a big surprise that this match went first as well. We were like, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Didn't they flip a coin to see which the main event was? I believe. I'm sure I read that.
Well, I think it was obvious that it was going to be Briscoes and FTR but I thought that it would be kind of a double main event with the world title going before that.
Yeah.
But Khan is famous for front loading and back loading the main events.
Yeah. And I have a feeling he did about 2 or 3 lines of really pure Colombian cocaine. Yes.
You are pissing Dallas off a lot this morning.
I know.
With your, innuendos and stuff.
He loves us. He loves us. But, TK going, and then going, we're going with Claudio. That's how it feels. And he's like, ref, Claudio's going for the win, take it home. And like I said, Gresham looked shocked. Claudio looked shocked. Dallas, Dally, I love you, brother. I love you all my heart and soul.
And it's obvious that we also love Tony Khan.
We do love Tony Khan. Yeah. We love poking fun at Tony Khan, but listen, Gresham should not have lost that belt. And nothing against Claudio, but Gresham has been the world champion for well over a year. And it's time to take the belt and move it on. But when you have a major wrestling promotion that's been purchased by another major wrestling promotion, and you have a black athlete, you need to keep him in the limelight at some point. Claudio just kind of came in, and we all thought he's going to be in the main event for AEW, not for Ring of Honor, and you kind of just throw him into that mix, with no build up and no storyline. Like, it would have made more sense if there was risks and there was a reward.
I don't think they knew who was even going to challenge for that title until the week of.
Yeah,
I
agree. Yeah. So let's go. Let's go to the. Hey, have you guys heard about some? I mean, I heard. I'm on a film set, guys. For those who don't know, I'm a filmmaker. I've been on a film set for the last 10 days, shooting a feature film. It's a faith-based film. It's really cool. And when we're on
is this a Christian movie you're making?
It is, yeah. It's a faith-based.
Is it going to go on the Christian movie network that they have?
I don't know what they're going to do with it. I think they want to do a theater run, but it's going to be interesting. But when you're on set, your phone is off. So I had my phone off, my watch was off. I had no idea what was going on. I took a break for dinner. I turned on my phone. It's sure freaking enough. It is literally the only thing I see, and that is Vincent Kennedy McMahon has resigned permanently from the WWE as the CEO and chairman of the board. In his place, Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan, the Khan we don't like, have taken over as co-CEOs and I believe co-chairman and chairwoman of the board. So Vincent Kennedy McMahon has been ousted on his own petard, if you will, and left the company that he stole from his dad and turned into a $1 billion business, is no longer involved.
Do you know what I would have liked to see?
What's that?
I would have liked to see this be a TV angle where they just kind of fire him on TV. He's like gets dragged off or something like that. And then afterwards they kind of make it real and he makes this little announcement that he did.
I would love to. You see it in TV and video when someone gets fired and the security has to escort you out of the building with your belongings in a cardboard box.
I would have loved to see them. Vince McMahon kicking and like,
just a video of him with security under his arms and he's carrying his box and he's like, you know who I am? I'm Vincent McMahon. I'm Vince McMahon. Damn it. And then they just throw him out the door like they heave-ho him out, and then they throw his box out.
I don't think Vince would have been okay with that because he wouldn't have liked how it portrayed.
I would love to have seen that security footage.
But Vince would have done that to anyone else before they were fired.
Oh yeah,
hey,
absolutely.
You're talking about a man who has been known to send wrestlers who have been released their belongings in trash bags. No, this has not happened more than this has happened more than
fired in a garbage truck. He got put in a garbage truck.
Yes, exactly. So now that we have no more Vincent Kennedy McMahon as my question to you guys, I'm going to pose first is, do we think he's actually completely 100% out, or do we think that he still has his fingers in the dough and he's needing it, but he doesn't have the title? What are your thoughts?
I just want to know, did he wash his hands before putting his fingers in the dough?
He's Vincent Kennedy McMahon. The likelihood is no. He doesn't. I don't wash my hands for anybody. I'm Vince McMahon. Damn it.
I don't think so. I feel he is still the majority stockholder.
He is.
So, and he did in his statement, he did say, I will do anything I can to support the company.
Yeah.
As that. So I bet you there's somewhat working from behind the scenes, but not much.
Yeah. What do you think, Liam?
I think he will have some sort of role backstage. He might not have the title, but this guy's been in the business for years. So yeah, I think he eats, sleeps, and breathes wrestling. I think we are gonna. Yeah, I think he's gonna have some sort of role backstage. Yeah.
Here's the thing. He still has a lot of his old soldiers in major positions, and one of them is head of creative. And that is, of course, head of creative is Bruce Pritchard, which we know. And Bruce is a huge fan of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. And even when Pritchard got fired and when he was on his podcast for the first time, and he never talked bad about Vince. He always talked about him glowingly. And whether you love the man or hate the product or love the product, regardless, Vince McMahon, we owe a huge debt to Vince
Absolutely.
because we're talking about a $1 billion company with billions of people
Is that because
following
he
them.
created the Great Khali? Is that why we owe him a debt?
Yeah, yeah,
Created
yeah.
the
He
Great
created
Khali.
yeah, and don't forget Giant Gonzalez as well.
Yeah,
So
so
I
like
mean,
that's why we owe him. He
yeah,
created
I
those
mean, it's
gigantic
those
stars.
superstars are the reason why the gobbledygooker. That's the reason why you're
And
watching
that
wrestling. You
Farouk helmet.
stupid son of a bitch.
That was beautiful.
But the man created and made wrestling a global phenom and a phenomenon, which to this day we're in the midst of a rise in pro wrestling.
Liam, didn't you write an article about what Vince was going to call WrestleMania?
I did. It's actually on fnwrestling.com. Off the top of my head, I cannot remember for love no money what we're going to think of
He
it.
had some
It
weird
was
name, WrestleFest or something like that.
yes, something like
Weird
that. But
name.
it's on our obviously FN Wrestling page, so I can't remember what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But I think he's feeding. I think he's got a in his home, provided he's still living at home with Linda and not at some bachelor pad at some apartment complex in Stanford. He's got a red phone with a button on it, and that button goes directly and only to Bruce Pritchard. And he picks up the phone and he pushes the button. He goes, "Hey pal, how about we book this guy versus this guy? Make it happen!" And then he hangs up the phone like he's Batman and Commissioner Gordon. That's how I feel that. I don't think he may be out as CEO and chairman of the board, but that man is still going to control that company until you can pry it from his cold, dead hands. So, with that being said, with obviously Stephanie being more on the branding side and more on the family side of it, Nick Khan, of course, is
Nick Khan is freaking scary.
he does look,
He's a tad scary.
yeah. So you got to wonder, is Nick Khan going to handle the business and the money, and the Stephanie is going to handle creative and handle talent with her husband?
I feel like Stephanie McMahon is kind of the voice for Nick Khan.
Yeah,
She's going to be on the mic and all that stuff.
yeah,
And Nick Khan will be sitting there twiddling, doing
Yeah.
all the actions.
very interesting. What do you think, Liam?
I agree with what Canada Dry says there. I think Nick Khan's going to be doing the behind the scenes work. Stephanie's going to be the vocal.
Yeah. So now that Vincent Kennedy McMahon is no longer the head honcho, do we think that WWE gets sold within the year?
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's just too big of a thing to go anywhere. I can't see someone putting up that kind of money.
Okay. So now my next question is: there's been a rumor that Anthem is looking to unload Impact. I don't know if it's true or not. It's Meltzer, so you take it with a grain of salt. In fact, I'll have to find the article so I can post it. Does WWE make a play for Impact?
What would they do with it? Just the tape? That's all I could
Library.
think of. They do with it. There would be no more Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
No.
They would take a little bit of talent and put it in NXT, and then
That's about
Yeah.
it.
tape on the network.
I can't see WWE like gaining something from buying Impact.
Yeah.
Just the library.
Yeah, I mean, but we
It's been
said
around
that with
for
the
20 years.
But
Yeah.
we said that with the Ring of Honor library, and look where obviously that's ended up.
Yeah. That's true. So my question is, creatively, are they going to change drastically? Well, obviously they're going TV 14 instead of PG. That's. Do we see them becoming
I don't
more?
think it's going to be like a overnight drastic change. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be a kind of like when the boiling of the water with the frog in it. He doesn't know he's boiling yet. So
Okay. What do you think, Liam?
I don't think we're going to see it like said drastically. I think we're going to this is going to be like a long term thing. It's going to be couple of months at least before we start seeing some changes.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I'm trying to find an article about TV 14. So here is that's TV ratings. Here we go.
Well, Haney, I don't know what you're talking about. I think that it would be fine for WWE to buy Impact for the library. There's nothing wrong with that. If they did it, they did it. But I don't see them doing anything with the wrestlers.
No, I don't. I think it's going to work the same way. If they were to buy Impact, it would go the same way as they did when they bought WCW. They bought it for the library. They bought it for the logo. They bought it for the name. They did not want to have the wrestlers because they all had the ones that really mattered, like Goldberg and Nash and Hall and all them. They all had guaranteed contracts. They were going to just sit at home and do absolutely jack shit and collect that money because AOL was going to buy them out at anywhere from 60 to 70 cents on the dollar. Why would you do that so you can keep busting your ass?
Well, no,
you know?
It's not the same, Hayne. Like, sorry, I didn't post a comment.
Yeah.
So, like, no, because Ring of Honor just had a pay-per-view. They're using the entity.
Yeah.
It's a little different. If you're not going to use the name Impact and have the logo, I don't see them using the Impact logo or the name or anything. Just,
Yeah, I agree. So we're talking about TV 14. Here's this program contains material that parents may find unsuitable for younger children. This includes intense violence, intense sexuality, strong language, and intense dialogue. So do we see Stephanie kind of going, you know what? I'm going to put my stamp on the new era for WWE, and I'm going to go balls to the wall and push the TV 14 boundary as much as I possibly can.
Well, I feel like they just have to keep pace with AEW. They got the ratings better than AEW, but they have to keep pace with. If you can't show blood, you're kind of handicapping yourself. You have a steel cage match, you can't show any blood. You need that.
What do you think, Liam?
I think it's trying to adapt with obviously the fan base. I mean, as we know, wrestling's constantly changing. So we know that the PG thing, obviously a lot of fans were getting sick of it. So it's time for a change.
And also you got a lot of the younger kids that have been part of this PG era. They're getting older.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so my last question to you guys is this. In one sentence, what is the lasting legacy of Vincent Kennedy McMahon as a promoter?
Ooh.
Vince screwed Vince.
I love it. That was gold. That was beautiful. Damn, that was gorgeous.
That is really, really good.
And you can look in the mirror and know it.
That was awesome. Liam, what's your one sentence?
Vince buys competition because, I mean, now obviously with AEW, there is competition there.
I'm gonna my one sentence on his legacy is this. He made me he made me a better fan by giving us something that we can watch weekly and talk about weekly, and that's it. I want to thank him.
Let's do one more.
Okay.
Your favorite Vince McMahon booked match.
My favorite Vince McMahon booked match. My favorite one is going to hands down go is Hulk Hogan versus Macho Man, the Mega Powers separating, and that match at WrestleMania between the two of them was just freaking phenomenal.
Liam?
I'm with JP on that one. I think that match was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I'm going WrestleMania 3.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant.
There you go.
Iconic. Like, that just sums up my childhood right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, guys, we are out of time. Holy Christopher Columbus. You know, You know what? It actually turned out to be a very compelling show, to say the least. I mean, we got into the big
I
juicy
love these
details.
news heavy shows. We just can keep yapping and
Yeah, we
And,
just round table, just talk about it, man. You know,
Yeah.
no written rules or Venn diagrams or any of that other weird ass shit.
oh, crap. I'm gonna bring my Venn diagram next week. Now I can't.
Yeah, you can. I'll let you do it, because with you and your freaking logic, you have to have the Venn diagram. So I get it. I know you freaking Vulcan.
I can do better on this one. Well, now I can't even do it. There we go. You know what? Everyone can't do that. Can you do it, Liam?
Yeah.
Some people can't do it. They can't do the live long and prosper.
The other one's that.
Yeah, it's a little bit. That one's more a little whacked up.
That
See?
one. That's the shocker. All right, guys. So that is our show. Obviously with the news heavy, obviously we would love to have had Teal Piper on, and that was, Hulk Hogan. We gave them both show notes, just in the possibility that a guest was to.
Well, I know he's talking to you as well, but
he did. Yeah, he talked to me. Basically, he said that, hey brother, I understand that you're having Roddy's daughter on, and I'm totally down with it, brother. And would have been nice if you put me in the news too, brother, because I got 2-for-1 margaritas on Wednesday at the beach bar, at the tiki bar, brother. That's what he told me. That was the voicemail that I got.
So does he get a point for that?
He gets a half a point for me, at least.
Okay, so what does that make it? It makes it. What does he
it makes it Effin' Wrestling 1,364 and Hulk Hogan 6.5.
Canada Dry. Out.
This has been an Effin' Worldwide Media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Effin' Wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/Effin' Wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effinwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.